Hey everybody, it is Corey from the Stoney Shire here with our first episode of the Soapbox. Joining me today is Brian.
Hello.
And our computer guy for today is Timmy.
Hi guys.
We will be doing a rundown of our Stoney Shire and Soapbox and telling everybody exactly how this is going to work.
I kind of just want to get a little dive right in. Can we get a brief history of like the Stoney Shire and how it came to be and like what made you decide to be Stoney Shire?
Well, to give a quick rundown, we had been working out with Tim's brother at the time at the Cobblestone Castle, but we wanted to do something differently from the Cobblestone Castle. Instead of constantly making the art, we wanted to help out other artists because there was always so many artists going over there at all times to view the art and try to paint there and paint pictures of the cobblestone. So we wanted to open up our doors to people who are not only artists but artisans, and try to give people more of a platform they can stand on and be able to speak their voice, show off their work, and not have to constantly be a part of this rat race that is our modern day society.
And I'll just give a little background quick on the Cobblestone Castle. You mentioned it. If nobody knows what that is, it's about a mile from where we are now, down Route 46, just outside of Boonville. It's this big, huge, artistic castle. Well, it's not huge, but it's a castle, and around it is just beautiful pieces of artwork and just elaborate sculptures. And it's just, if you've never been there and you never heard about it till now, check it out. You can look it up. It's on Google Maps. Check out the Cobblestone Castle. It's a great place because I mean, that's kind of, you just said it kind of helped you guys get the ball rolling on this.
Mm-hmm. It's all owned by. Sorry to interrupt. It's all owned by Tim's brother.
Tim's brother, yeah.
And it's constantly changing, so it's always interesting to either go there or see the updated images just to see what he installs, what new things he installs.
I personally go there twice a year, once in the spring and then once in the fall. And if he's there, I like to stop and kind of just, catch up with him for a few minutes and have him give me a quick, this is happening this year, this is happening that year. So it's amazing. What's the mission of Stoney Shire? Like, what is the...
Oh, well, overall, the mission that we are trying to strive is to make it so that it's better for everybody as a community. First, we're starting with our smaller community so that people from the smaller community can actually work their way up through the system instead of having to try going out to some place where, like New York City, Los Angeles, Hollywood, because a lot of people who want to make it big have to move out of the state or move out of small towns, or they have to constantly try to work the rat race that is the internet and trying to get fame that way. So our whole goal is to not only try to help people with their artistic endeavors, but everybody. We want even if they're not artists or artisans.
They're musicians and people, friends of artists that you guys collaborate with to help the artists go down the road and not have to struggle so hard because you introduce them and make the connections.
Exactly.
That's a really big part I've seen, like, watching you guys. Because you guys support the artists, like, no matter what art it is. And that's incredible on its own. And it's not just like your friends and family; it's your neighbor's neighbor, like your neighbor's grandkid. Like, they tell you about them, you're like, hey, we get, and here's the numbers. And you just get people going, and that's kind of what the Soapbox is. Like, I lost my words, but the way the Soapbox is that's gonna bring this all to light, so people will know who to contact to go forward with their artistry, or if they have artwork from somebody that's from bygone years that they want to get exposure for. You guys are the people to go to. Absolutely. It's kind of cool with the collaborations you're doing.
We also wanted to give people who don't even want to be artists jobs to eventually way in the future. We want to make it so that people can make their way through the business by working for the business instead of like, oh, I'm not an artist, I don't draw or stuff like that, and we'll go, hey, we got a place for you anyway. We got a job that needs doing. We need lawn care or we need a builder or something like that. Well, you can be here.
Or you need some guy who's like half a little bit crazy, a little bit mentally unstable to do interviews.
That's what I'm here for.
I know you guys got a lot of current projects going on. Like the soapbox that we're doing right now is a project. Like it's a current project. And some of the initiatives you guys have, but what are the key projects or events that you guys are being involved in or that are like coming up? Because I know there's the backpack drives. You guys did a huge. You were involved in that a lot last year, but there's other things coming up. And the Woodsman's Field Days is this month too. So you guys you have a sale out here or anything during the Woodsman's or?
We had a sale earlier this year, but we're not going to do another one after this because we kind of sold almost all our stuff this year. Good. But what we did do was we did collaborate a little bit with the what's it called, Tim? The
DPM?
Yeti.
The Black River Community Alliance.
Yes,
Black River Valley Alliance.
We donated a bit of money to that to help the with the backpacks there.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome. A little bit.
Yeah, we helped a little bit, but our big thing that we're working for right now is we're going to be doing the Santa's workshop this year.
Nice. That was amazing last year. So now is the time. It's August.
Yes.
Now you got to start because that's expense. It's there's a lot that went into that. You guys did incredible last year.
Yeah.
And if people don't know what that is, they can look it up from last year. There's pictures on Facebook and there's exposure from it. And what was it called? The
Santa's Workshop.
Santa's Workshop. So start looking for it now for this winter, Christmas time, so they can get involved in it. Because even if they don't, if they don't want to sign up their kids and they have something they want to donate or they want to, sponsor somebody or something, or get a hold of you guys because now's the time for that stuff too.
Exactly. That's now.
You guys are always giving. You're not like looking for sponsors or looking for people to advertise with you and stuff. And if that started to come to be, that would help out a lot with the financial burden of it.
Yeah,
and,
that's our hope, is to start communicating more with the businesses around here to help with that a little bit, whether that's volunteer labor or
absolutely
volunteer or giving away toys or time or whatever they want to do would be extremely helpful.
We want to give them an opportunity to be able to get involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's great for the kids. I think it's great for the community. I think it's.
And we were all those kids who needed that stuff when we were like, I know I was. I'm pretty sure you guys were too. Like we were the kids who we needed the presents from other places. Like our parents didn't have. Like my mom, I always wanted. I never went. Never got to go with, I always went without. I never was a kid who like wanted for nothing,
I was always a kid that never got to go out very much or very often to places like that, and I kind of turned into a shut-in a bit during my teen years because of never going out. So I think that would be very helpful for kids to, at a young age, to get used to going out and going to events like those.
Yep, get the social part of it all. Mm-hmm. That actually brings us to our next topic or question. Like, how do you see Stoney Shire making a positive impact on the local community and beyond?
I think that we will be able to do events like these more often. The bigger that we get, the more, and that way we can get more volunteers, more money, and eventually we can give a position not only for kids to have fun with their parents or family members or loved ones. We can also get more instruments or tools and that are essential for kids to learn different arts. So if kid wants to be a pianist, we can get him a piano. We did that once before. I think this year we got a piano for a little girl that we sponsored and got her lessons and everything for a while there until the player had to retire for a bit, and while she was in labor.
Yeah, it was a local teacher here. She ended up having a baby, which is really good. But she discontinued her classes for the time being, which is
Like the
Perfectly
piano lessons classes. Okay.
Yeah, but
she
That's
plans
understandable.
she plans to continue them again, and we're hoping that we can have a commercial space in town to be able to house her and many other people to be able to give lessons to our youth
incredible.
and to the community. And
Yes.
they'll be able to utilize this area at very low cost. Just to, that's part of our design, is to make sure everybody has a platform
That'd be
and the
incredible.
tools to be able to excel at what they're passionate about doing.
exactly. That way we can bring it all back to the community as a whole, and that way kids and stuff like that can learn new skills, get new skills from stuff like that, because right now kids they're just not getting any skills. They're not going out, they're not doing anything, and it's mostly their entire world revolves around the internet.
It's hard for them to want to go back to school after they got out of school. A lot of kids don't want to go back. They want to be, and if they're like me, I wanted to learn a lot at a very young age. I just didn't have the place to go to
Same.
go learn.
And yet when they graduate, if they take a gap year, some of them never overcome that gap year. They don't go to college or enroll. They go, they go work. Who knows?
Cruddy jobs, barely part-time jobs. They only give you 3 or 4 days out of the week, stuff like that, and they have to work 2 or 3 of those just to make ends meet.
And that's part of like what the long-term goals of the Stoney Shire and the soapbox are, because this soapbox will give you guys exposure into what you are trying to do, what your long-term goals are doing, and then the soapbox will be like continuing to show other artists, and eventually even some of the artists that you guys have like helped along the way, like where they are now. That's going to be like, long-term goals are incredible, because a year from now we could show what people have overcome and what they've done, and like what these small sponsors that Stoney Shire itself has done to from big to small, what actually was involved and how it's, because there's a lot that you guys do behind the scenes in the shadows, like helping people, and just that's what keeps us humble. That's what keeps you guys humble, is not asking for credit. And then when somebody sends you a thank you card, you start, it brings tears to your eyes. Like, I didn't expect that. I didn't want anything. That's not why we did this. It's not why Stoney Shire is doing any of it. It's not to, it's to stay helping other people, not, helping ourselves.
Yep, that's the whole goal of it, is that eventually help other people. We do help a lot. It's just that we're limited right now. There's only 3 of us, including you, and then Timmy's daughter-in-law.
She's my stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter.
We've had quite a few people helping hands along the way. We've been at this for 4 years, but a lot of it is just laying the foundation work for the social media, for the websites, and everything else that's involved. We raise all our money through eBay right now. We buy buy and sell antique, collectible, and vintage items. And
that's challenging in itself.
Yeah, we have to put a lot of work in to get what we get out, to make sure that we can put it back into the business and keep growing the business. And now we're finally getting to the point where we could start bringing other people in and vendors into our website. And
the challenges are slowly going away from the platform you guys are building. Like, this is a huge platform that you, like the websites and the auction site and the soapbox and all the stuff. Like, there's a lot of challenges to that along the way, and it's finally like the goals you guys set goals, and the challenges are finally like succeeding, and you're like coming out into like the open, where it's get to kind of enjoy like the soapbox, you get to enjoy like all the stuff, and you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, because you're seeing like the outcome of all this stuff.
Yeah, because it's been a very long time coming, because if it was one website, it wouldn't be so bad, but since we hired a designer to do like 3 or 4 different websites all at the same time.
5 websites.
5 websites. I had a feeling it was 5, but I wasn't 100% certain. But 5 websites, And that, for one designer group to work on, takes a long time. And we didn't have enough money to hire 5 different teams.
Yeah, and they all got to work together, all the sites.
Yes. Yep.
And
that's like the collaboration part of it all. Like collaborating with that one person to create all these websites to work together. Like that's a huge part.
Yes.
I know once you get like the partnership with because they all work as partners in the websites. They all
basically
work together, right?
Yes.
Correct. And then so it's collaborating and the partnerships of it all. What are some of the success stories of it? I mean, the soapbox now is this be like one of the initial full videos, so that's like a success. But like, what are the other collaborations and successes that you guys have had? They're like a huge turning point in Stoney Shire.
I would say that working with a lot of the smaller businesses around here has been very, very fruitful for everybody, because we've been in talks with the Black River Community Alliance.
Yep.
We worked with the flower company down the street there.
Flower Hill Farms. She's amazing.
She donated it to us a little bit. I forget what she donated. She donated a little bit of funds towards the Christmas event last year. We've
had quite a few. I mean, everybody individually, not even the businesses. You and
individuals.
Lisa there. You guys are incredible. You guys have been backing us since day one, pretty much, and all this collaboration and partnerships, that's how this business is gonna thrive, and that's how
Absolutely.
us as a community, that's how we're gonna thrive.
Mm-hmm.
So
that keeps you motivated too. Is watching other people help other people helps us all keep that's what motivates me myself. And probably you too. Like when you see somebody doing something good and helping somebody, you're like, hey, I can do that, so let me go. And no competition, it's collaboration. Because if you start competing with everybody, it's you're butting heads, and it's just a problem the whole time. Where if you collaborate, we all try to collaborate and work together as a community, honestly.
Yeah, we don't want to be awesome.
No. Yeah, you just want to be, but you want to be inspirational though. You want to inspire other people to see you guys doing what you're doing and be like, hey, I can do that, or hey, I have this, I can give that to them, and they can give it to whoever. And it's inspirational, man. You guys are very inspiring. Watching what you're doing and what we all overcome to keep motivated. And this is very every time I've come here personally, and we've done worked with the audio or the video and stuff, you're very motivated. You guys are very motivated. You keep on it, you keep at it, and it might be 3 weeks from now until we get back to something, or you guys get back to it, but you always come back to it. It's hard to stay self-motivated that.
It's always because of the scheduling. Scheduling is always a nightmare. When you got 3 adults who have very different schedules, it can get pretty hectic.
What really does inspire you guys to keep pushing forward and with the soapbox and Stoney Shire?
It's it can get pretty demotivating at times, but part of it I believe is because we've invested so much time and it already into it. It's why if we were to quit now after 4 years of worth of work, that would just be silly, especially since we've climbed so far to the point that it's right over the ridge. It's like a mountain, and that you have a bunch of flatlands to until you get to the peak, and we're starting to get to this big peak, but if we stop now and just quit, we'll never get to that next peak, and then that way people will see us on the peak and be like, man, I want to be with them.
Yeah.
But if we never reach that, that would be that to me is demotivating. It's don't do that. Don't quit. You got to keep moving forward. Otherwise, who else is going to do it? Who's going to pick up the reins if we just quit? Because if somebody else starts trying to do the same thing we do, which I don't say don't do, but they start from square zero, and then after a year or two, if they quit, then it's gonna have to be somebody else. So it's like, why not keep moving forward, even if it is bad, even if it is like hard at that time. Just ignore it, put down your head, and push through the hard times.
Keep moving
because
forward.
There'll be good times ahead, and it's worth it to see the fruits of your labor when there's a child who, like the girl that we sponsored this year, she got at least 6 months worth of
free lessons.
Free tutoring. So she learned how to play the piano quite a bit in that time, and that's, to me and Tim, that is a big victory. That's huge. And if she becomes a piano player later in life, that's huge. But if she doesn't, she doesn't. But still, at least she tried.
And that's something we talked about earlier in the video. Is like maybe someday we'll be able to have a video of her playing the piano and or a keyboard with like other musicians and stuff, and put it on the soapbox, and people will be like, whoa, back in 2023 they were talking about this. In August of 2023 they were talking about this girl that helped with piano lessons, and now look at all she's achieved. And plus that alone, the skill of the piano, it like the classical music and the genre that goes along with piano playing is really, it creates a mindset. Like it makes you see things differently. Learning to read the music makes you read differently and better. There's just so many different things that gives you it gives you perspectives. You don't just see, you don't see it. You see everything differently.
Exactly. That's what I think is a great the great ways of life is different perspectives, and giving people the opportunity to see different perspectives, because there's a lot of people who don't get that opportunity. They don't get the chance to do it. And that's what this whole thing was put together, was to give people more opportunities to be able to exceed and become better and gain perspective and gain opportunity.
That's what also keeps us all pushing forward, is to watch other people gain opportunities that they need, or that are just not there for them. Just to give them the opportunity to,
excel.
And then it inspires them to see us helping them to help other people. It's like it's a huge mission part. And how can other people in the community get involved in supporting our mission?
Well, they can. I think our website's up to the point that people can see what they can do, because they can either like talk to us and like call us to see what. Or email us.
I was going to say Stoney Shire emails. Like nowadays, that's the fastest, most accurate way. Facebook, yes. But like emails seem to be like the trend now. We all grew up with it, so we have it. But it seems like everybody from a 9-year-old to a 99-year-old will email, and then ask you a question. You can respond, and then get them involved in what you like, your mission, whatever mission they're on. And if you're not exactly involved in it, somebody you can recommend or show them to who will help them.
Yeah, because we have ties with a lot of other people in the community.
Which is amazing. Stoney Shire is evolving to become what you set out for it to become.
A big chain, a big network.
Yes,
basically.
A network, of all sorts of anything to do with life and like art and just anything.
Mentorships.
Mentors and teaching and the classes and anything that involves learning or inspiration or Mother Earth and beyond is Stoney Shire.
We want to make sure that if there is a will, we can provide the way.
Yes, absolutely. I like that.
Yeah,
that should be on your website.
Yeah, that's a good
one. Write that one down. Write it down. Write it down.
We got it recorded, so we're good.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us here on Stoney Shire for our first episode, and stop back to the soapbox for more to come.
Hopefully we have more artists and other people from walks of life coming onto the show, so we can give their perspective and give them the opportunity to have a voice as well.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hey, before you head out, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. Every little bit helps in the long-term goals. Stay in the loop and follow us on Facebook, because trust me, You don't want to miss out what's to come. Join into our group pages and join the fun. And while you're at it, why not see what's happening at StoneyShire.com? Want to contribute to our cause? You can donate through our website or make a purchase at our shops. It all goes right back into building this dream. All those links can be found below in the description. Are you an artist? A writer? A juggler? Cheesemaker? Or something in between? Whatever your talent is, we want to hear about it. So why not send us an email and tell us what it is and discover where passion really gains a voice.